This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, but the real star of today's show is the Lotus Exo Series on Sim Racing Systems. And we are here for Attack the Track Sebring edition, where we're going to try to get a handle on the Lotus at Sebring for tomorrow and Friday night's races. And if you would like to join with us, we have a great series here, a lot of great competitors. We have a 24/7 practice server. That's what I'm on right now. Lots of fun and a great group to race with. So you can check that out at simracingsystem.com. All the information for everything you need is below in the description of this show. So, what are we doing? We're driving the Lotus Exos, and we are at Sebring today. And thank you, Josh, Stat King, Steam King, Blue Hammer, so many nicknames for Josh, but here we are at Sebring International Raceway, 3.7 miles, 17 turns, and a very well-known track to the world of endurance racing. It's pretty popular in a lot of other motorsport. Not really well known by Formula One type vehicles. So this should be very interesting. Very bumpy Sebring is. It's a very, very flat track. One of the flattest tracks that I can think of in America. And it is very bumpy, which should make it interesting for keeping the power down without looping the car. So let's take a look at my beautiful Lotus. Compliments of Stan on it. Thank you, Stan. And setup-wise, we a bunch of the guys, Sean Seabrand leading the way, Jesse making some changes to that setup. Kind of a group effort behind the setup that we're going to start with. So I'm going to load that up, and that's going to be our starting point. Give us an idea. We're looking at 18 liters of fuel in the car right now. Running 17 PSI in the front, 15 in the rear. So those are some of the main features of the setup that we're going to be trying to take out. RF, you are much more than just the tire and water getter for the pit crew. So let's get down to business and see what we can do. First thing, we're going to need a few reconnaissance laps. I do know Sebring. I know it rather well, but I don't know it in Assetto Corsa. So I don't know this variation of the track, and I don't know the boundaries of this car on the track. So we do have some education to be doing in our first few laps. Last time I drove this car was in a Corvette Daytona prototype. Quite a bit different handling a car. Super fast turn one into this little twisty left right, followed by a harder left, and then the first straightaway. It's a curved straight. Are we gonna have a DRS zone here? Nope.
That's what I was gonna ask you about. Maybe you can give us some insight. We were talking about it. Is the whole thing gonna be a DRS zone, or is none of them gonna be a DRS?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Okay, cool. Because I googled Sebring in real life, and they don't have DRS zones in real life, so...
No, they probably never thought of anyone running a Formula One car at Sebring.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not seeing any DRS anywhere. Not on the backstretch.
Well, as far as we know, apparently Doug did a test with DRS on the whole time and DRS off the whole time, and with it on, he did like a second and a half faster.
How did he turn it on all the time?
Well, the little yellow switch can be turned green at any time. It goes off when you're braking, so anytime after you're done braking, it goes right back on it.
Mine's not turning on.
Okay.
Ah, shit. too hot?
Maybe Bucho can try to contact Enrique and he might know. But I guess it's not a big deal.
I don't think there is any DRS here is the thing.
Right.
I gotta double check, maybe my button's not mapped.
Yeah, because we're all over the people club, but maybe we got unmapped somehow when we were switching things around or something. Mine happens like so as such that if it's pressed, it just goes green anytime on any place in the track. And when I brake, it goes off.
I kinda didn't hear you there, Nick. Hold on. No. I can't see the braking markers at all here.
They're kind of flat.
Ah, too much bump, too much bump. Yeah, car feels really good, RF. No complaints about the car right now. Ah, greedy, greedy, greedy Sean. Car felt great, by the way, guys. Nothing like have someone give you a setup that feels good right out of the box.
Yep.
It is fast RF, and there are some heavy braking zones, and there are just some straight up hold on zones. Hey Nick, what were you saying about the DRS? Yours is working. If you press the button, it goes green.
Yeah, anywhere on the track it just goes green, and then when you hit the brakes it goes back to yellow, and then you can just go right back to green.
Mine works the same way. This is Dave Blair, by the way.
Hey Dave. So just, you guys have, oh, so I just must have unmapped my button for
exactly.
Oh, probably for my horn and the Reliant Robin. Well, that's a real problem.
Well, yeah, like I said, Doug said he did a 1.5 seconds faster with it on, so it's kind of hard to decide if it's probably going to be like that in the SRS race. Maybe he has like some sort of like turn DRS off setting or something.
French country look, you. I have a French country look going. I'll take it. We need to get a message, like you said, Nick, to Henrik and find out if there's a way to disable that, and will it be disabled in the race. I'd rather it be off all the time than just open anything. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, we can do that after the stream. I just can't forget. I mean, honor system does not work in racing. So there's no way for me to get a message to everybody guaranteeing that nobody will jump in and use it. I'm not going to use it. I don't have it mapped. Chris Cohot, it depends on what you're looking at. You're looking at just my center monitor. Yeah, you have to look at the third camera on the bottom to make that judgment. I could zoom in just a touch more, but I'm quite comfortable where I am. I'm actually in... Oh, I'm so confused on Assetto Corsa. And you'll have to forgive me, but there are very few people who change their settings more often than I do. So my FOV is often not ideal or optimal, but most people have their sim set up for what they do, whereas every minute of every day I'm doing something different, even on the same sim. So it's not something that blows me away or strikes me like it does most people, unless it's just totally in the wrong world. That's my FOV for Sean. I'm not saying that's the way to go with the world of FOV. I'm just saying when you do what I do, you end up that way. Oh, it's that Pinko Brandon. Oh, no, 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 no. Damn it. Overdrive much? I cannot see nearly well enough on this version of Sebring. I feel bad for VR guys here.
I could just set myself up super high like I'm just like a giraffe in the phone car to see everything more close, but I'm not doing that. I feel like I get more of a feel if I'm just deep in the bucket.
Let's go. Let's get this.
after racing this car, I started following F1 and everything. I watched all the practice, qualifying, pre and post interviews, both races, rooting for Vettel, super into open wheelers all of a sudden. Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. Shoot. All right, we're getting the lean. Look out, everyone. Here comes the lean. Slowly.
Yes, just did a personal best of 145.
Oh, why? Too hot, too hot. Missed it. Missed it by that much. Oh, missed it. Man, I cannot see the damn braking markers. Ah. Visuals are terrible. Alright, I'll catch up with you guys as I calm down, cool down. Thank you, RF. I am trying to push a little bit. Yeah, I'm not that, I agree, Strat Cat, and I'm not that far off, and also keep in mind, in the main video, you're just seeing my single screen. That's it. Does Mitchie race from roll bar view? Are you kidding me? 42.51 best lap time so far. We got more work to do. Quart driver, I have found that figurer does not work, and it is far from right on my setup, and that's true here and in iRacing. I've tried the calculator many times, and I never once had it even be close. I had to, like, then move my seat way forward or way backward. Get angry, Spatial, it's time. Bucho, if you could do that, that would be exceptional. I was going to do that immediately following the stream. If you want to do that, find out the rule. Bucho!
I knew he'd come through.
Alright. Is that enough calm down, cool down? Let's see.
You made it to third. Awesome.
By the way, if anybody knows or ever sees or races with Jack Dyer, He took second place in our Reliant Robin, and I messed up his email. Have him contact me. Jack Dyer, if you're in the stream, you watch this stream, please contact me. I owe you $25. Ooh, I like the West paint job. Ooh, I like that Simpit paint job. That was cool. Ooh, I like that paint job. That was Nick. No, it wasn't.
Nope. Mine's all black. I
Okay.
am working on a paint job for this car. It'll be done like by tomorrow.
So guys, let me get this straight. You want the DRS eliminated?
Yeah. For this race. For tracks that don't have proper DRS, we want it off, I think.
Okay.
Don't you got... Does everybody agree?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, versus on anytime you want. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Bucho.
Okay.
Sebring, he was like third on the laps list for a while, and he never even used DRS. He didn't even know it was on. So he got a really fast lap time even without it.
Yeah, cheating times.
Whoever made a lap time with DRS on should be ashamed of themselves.
Cheaters. Ah, cutting. There's Nick.
You want me to get out of the way? I don't want to mess up your lap.
No! Just stand on it.
It's a greed area for sure. Greed trap.
Late again. I got to brake earlier. There's no hard braking for that one. Not hard enough to make up for that lateness. Come on. Nah.
Wait till he says.
Okay, thanks, Pucho.
No problem.
Ah! Come on, Cole. You're pushing too hard into two. 10 feet further. Just getting on the gas too early on that corner. Just a little more patient on exit and I'll have it. Come on, Cole. Too tight, too tight. We're all right. All right, we're all right. Jumping curbs probably is not getting the power down strong. Better. Maybe a little too patient. Crap. .42.2, not good enough to move up on the board. Finished third in practice one. And this isn't actually practice one. My practice one.
Those other guys are probably DRSing.
I DRS'd the whole track.
Oh.
All you guys are just scared of me.
Jake Davison with a 140.383 leading the board. Tom Jones with a 141.606. Sean Cole, 142.264. Brandon Waters, 142.505. John G. Hill now goes by John Hill in fifth with a 142.604. Stand on it in sixth. Sean Sebring in 7th, Rick Longano in 8th, Climber in 9th. Climber, leader of the board in Project Cars 2, sitting in 9th. Heiko Sherman, podium finisher in our Reliant Robin competition, sitting in 10th. Hey, Michael Clark. Tom Jones, not in the house. Yeah, but wasn't it fun? Isn't that like a really great demonstration of Long Beach and the IndyCar? I mean, we can argue about physics, we can argue about everything, but it is a great driving experience in Project Cars 2 in the IndyCar at Long Beach. Doug, you ran a 141.3? Wow.
Yeah, you guys are scared of me at my 141.
That's not fair. John Hill ran a 142.6 and is saying, how the hell did I run that time? I agree.
So no DRS this time?
No DRS. We're gonna try to have DRS removed.
No DRS.
For any tracks that don't have proper DRS zones, we're gonna have it removed.
That's it. This time around, I won't be in last place.
Okay, I'm going back to my open server. See you guys later. Have fun.
Aw, poor Doug.
I feel bad.
Doug can't play. He's like Rudolph. We won't let him play in the reindeer games. But one day, Doug will lead the sled with his red nose and his 140 and his 141.3.
For 149 if I can.
All right.
Have fun, guys.
You too. Brandon, do you want to play? No. You go, Rudolph. I still haven't found the perfect timing for this little in and out and relax and go. I still have not found the optimal braking point. 2.5 stones. Those things look like boulders. I'll call them stones. Coming into here, 2.5 stone. Coming a little slow. I could go like 2 3/4 stone. A car length before the curbing. That seems about right on that corner. We're good there if we can do that every time. We can hold the tight line and cut the track short. We don't need to go long, lots of grip. I'm about 2 car lengths past that white line on the ground is my only reference marker. Not the best, but it works. Not sure if that'll work in a crowd. Pretty sure it won't work in a crowd. I'm going to need to do better. Going so fast in the final corner. It's hard to find a braking zone there. turn one. I'm using sort of a triangulation of that left wall. It's hard to say what I'm actually using, but it's pretty clear to me. More clear than some of the braking markers here, funny enough. I feel like when I crank the wheel out of that corner, I slow it down a lot. 2.5. Feel like I'm coming in a little slow still. Don't hit that bump. Didn't get out of that corner so great. Did I not go to 2.5 stone? Everyone's like, what are you talking about?
That's super scientific. I'm like, wow, this guy's precise.
I was just thinking that too.
I mean, I can understand.
I wonder if I even need that tap of a brake in this car. I might be able to just roll into that right. Leaving a lot on the table in one. Locking them up into two. Whoa.
I'm getting bullied by
Nope.
Tom Jones.
I needed that touch of a brake. Alright, good to know.
I'm getting bullied. I'm getting bullied.
Whoa. I was over braking on those runs. Going too deep and over braking. I can go that deep and not over brake. I think I'll make the corner.
That's it. I'm going for DRS on Tom.
Hey Nick, I did think that was...
I still can't catch you with DRS going the fast. Yeah, if we would have left DRS on at the end of the race, two guys neck and neck, there's no way to know if there's no way to know if anyone just hit the DRS to win the race. There's no way to police that.
Oh, we're out of fuel. Whee! It sounds like a jet engine shutting down.
That's awesome.
Whew. Alright, that was a good lap. 141.7, I think.
Oh my god, I did it 144. Thanks to getting bullied by Tom.
141.7. You hear that, Doug? Okay, so attack the track Sebring by the Simpit. I am attacking it. Turn 1 RF, that's what I'm guessing. Turn 1 or the final? We are, Owen, we are hoping so. If I cannot have it turned off, then the rule is do whatever you want, because I'm not going to make a rule on the honor system, and I'm not going to police that everybody wasn't using it or using it at an appropriate spot. I don't have the time to check 60 racers.
Watch the replays and map it out statistically.
Yeah, so if it can be a settled setting that says we cannot, then we will go with no. If it isn't, then it's just learn how to use the DRS at all times, I guess.
Wow, you're in first place. Oh my god.
Am I? Oh my god, how did that happen?
Wow. I told you to do that. Remember earlier you were trying to be all humble, like, oh, I might not. I'm like, don't listen to this guy. So you're the best.
Fronts are not getting the optimal, so should I bring them down in PSI? I didn't get a PSI look. I'm at 17 in the front, 15 in the rear.
You might want to take a look at that, because it's been like that since the very first race. We just kind of never changed it.
Also, I didn't look at tire wear. Are we going to be able to do a one stop? I didn't look at fuel. I don't know. I haven't had time to look at any of that this season, which is pretty pathetic.
I don't know about fuel, but tires last forever and way longer than fuel. So every time you get fuel, you just get tires, and you don't even have to worry about it. And I think it's probably going to be 2 stops, right?
How slow is this thing filled up? Well, I'm no longer number 1. I want to see what this thing drives like full. See, if we're back to 2-stop, then I'm taking tires and fuel 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 20 minutes.
That's what I plan to do. I think 40 or 41 liters, starting with 40, and then 2 fills up to 40. You might do the trick or maybe even less, but I think 40 is safe. 41 being super safe. But still needs to be tested.
Alright, crossing the line with 51.6. Oh! Crap, really blew that. Ah, come on, dummy. Whoa. Oh, I forgot I was checking fuel economy. Ah, late. Come on. Whoa. Whoa. Don't bunny hop that button, that bump going the wrong way. Seems like, even on full fuel, this thing can go quite quick. tire wear was pretty extreme on the rears. I noticed I was 5% worn after just 3 laps. So our rear might be a little loose, or our front isn't working quite hard enough. Thank you. I'm flying. I'm feeling fairly quick. Feel like I'm leaving a lot on the table still, funny enough. Turn 1 with the right line could be taken a lot more strong. Braking into the turn 4, I guess it is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 5, braking could be a lot harder and more accurate on turn in for a better release.
Can I ask a new question? Does it help, like, if you mess with, like, the suspension, like, for example, like, the wheel rate, or the dampers, and the ride heights and stuff, for, like, this type of track where it's a lot of high-speed turns and stuff? Isn't this one of those tracks where you want, like, a turny car that, like, turns really fast?
Well, you're gonna need more aero and mechanical grip because the track's doing nothing to help you out. No camber in the corner, no elevation to work with, so it's very flat and the car wants to wash out. So yeah, I mean wheel rate's just one of many different things. I mean, I don't know what Sean did to build this setup, and I'm not a setup pro. For a lot of people on the basics, it's easy to just make some wing and roll bar adjustments to get the overall balance right and get a drivable car. Shock settings, I mean, in general in racing, you want to get it as low as you can get it without scraping. You know, that's the rule of law. The springs, 100%, their job is to keep it from scraping. You know, your push rod length is going to affect your ride height, but you know, that affects your starting height and your travel, but your springs 100% are responsible for holding you off the ground. So you kind of got to work them together. You can't just lower one without it being a package deal.
Yeah, I was trying to maybe like open up the suspension and strengthen up the dampers to make it more turny, but also to have control and not go too overboard and trying to mess those settings. But I just thought maybe you had some sort of like basic kind of go-to.
Well, again,
like, to make it more
all right.
turny, I guess.
So are you in Sean's setup right now?
Yeah, well, pretty much. Yeah, Sean Sebring's.
Okay, so if you go to your suspension tab.
Yeah.
Now, what's your complaint of the car, or what are you trying to get more of out of the car?
More speed while it's turning, so like have like higher speed turn capability, so like those turns like happen at like a higher mile per hour or kilometer, sorry.
Well, then that might be a wing change more than anything, but then how much can you reduce your wing before you start getting a car that easily wants to step out? You know,
I already ran into that issue where I turned it up more and then all of a sudden it was like out of control, and then I had to mess with the bump, I guess.
Right.
Stops spring oscillation, creates force to slow the speed of the suspension and compression.
Okay,
so
now
I turn that down. Lower value makes the car more predictable but slower in reactions. And then the suspension, I raised it to make it more active, so it turns quick and then it starts to get the downforce that it needs to go, I guess.
Alright, RF is suggesting a little bit stiffer front rebound for what you're doing. So on the dampers, go there.
Got it. Okay, for sure.
If you do lower your wheel rate trying to get a softer car, which, you know, then you get into how much body roll and weight transfer you getting. But again, if you lower that wheel rate, careful, because if you start scraping, you might need to raise the ride height in order to run the softer springs, if bottoming out. But then you can start getting into sort of a funky tall boy situation.
That's so interesting.
You know, best thing you can do, I mean, even if you know and don't know what to do, is think of the part of your car you're trying to affect. So you already tried the downforce, and it didn't get you the result. Now, did you do it together? So did you move the front and rear wings down together? And then,
Not yet.
and then where did it hurt you? So if you just did it and all of a sudden your car is like really oversteering, it's like, well, now do you not have enough rear wing holding it down? If you're talking those medium high speed corners where your aero is doing a lot of the work, well, if you reduce wing and you start looping it from the rear, you know, you might have been okay reducing the front wing that much, but maybe go one more up on the rear even though you reduced the front. Or it could be that you lightened up the car, but now you need a little, you know, or maybe you get a washout in the front. You still need a little more front wing. So you got to move them down together if you are happy with the balance, and then adjust it for the front to rear balance change. Then if it just turns out that your car is just sliding through the corners, then you probably are not going to achieve it with the wing. Then you might need to start looking at the mechanical grip, or vice versa. Same thing. It's like, if you go at it from the mechanical side, making suspension and damper changes, first thing you have to be sensitive for is the difference between the front and rear balance, and is it better or worse through the corner, and then readjusting to correct any change. And then if you still end up just sliding or not getting what you want, then probably going back and trying the other direction. So
Right.
that's kind of what
exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Rhino. And the other thing is, on a car like this, don't be afraid of more downforce actually being the answer. You think, oh, I need to go faster. Well, these cars actually corner so fast that the drag on the straightaway might be less than the gains of being able to go flat-footed or full throttle, you know, through the corner.
I noticed that. That was the case, like, I think even the last track.
Yep.
Or 2 tracks ago.
Actually, I should probably go out on 41, which is my likely starting fuel. I don't think I'm going to do a 2-stopper. Oh, and we're not running DRS. That means we're going to get a little less economy than we're accustomed to. Technically, we might not get the fuel mileage we've been getting, you guys.
Oh, right. DRS is involved, maybe. Or... the lack of it.
Yeah, so I was saying, if you're going to lower your front end, i.e. less spring, you're going to have to do something else to help compensate, like increase the damper, and he's absolutely right.
And that's exactly what I just did, and it really helped solve the problem. Feels a lot smoother right now. I don't know how fast I'm going, but it feels great, like kind of exactly what I was trying to achieve, so thanks, that helped.
Hey, Sean, Dave Blair here.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
Good,
so
good.
Are you using Sean's setup from Silverstone?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a slightly adapted version.
Because I didn't see any tunes for this track so far.
This is in the patron main chat. Somebody had put it up like 10 minutes before the stream started. I grabbed it.
Okay. Yeah, I was in here in the beginning, but then I had to go walk my dog, so...
I'm just running that one straight off our patron room with no changes at all right now, other than I put some fuel in it and I took a pound of front air out.
Oh, really? I'm gonna try that too.
Oh, by the way, when you were talking before, yeah, it's like whenever I make videos, I have to, you know, everything in my screen changes, and then I get back in here to race, and I have to reposition everything.
Yeah, if you're like trying to record videos and going back to single screen and then coming back to triples and then...
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I don't even try to stay with it anymore. I'm just like, whatever, that's close enough. I can race like that. As long as I get adjusted to the car, it's fine. Video is gone, unplugged. What happened? I see video. I see a stream. Ooh, we're overtime.
Still in here?
Tom or Sean?
Sean.
Yes.
You know, I don't know, this is a little off topic, but we need something where, like so many people, so many different nicknames and names on Xbox or PlayStation, or, you know, we need something where, you know, we know who Stan Donna is, you know, like no matter what platform we're on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
It's like a pick through list.
We need
everybody's name and tag and what games they have.
we need a Enigma to be able to convert.
Yeah, an Excel spreadsheet.
A secret Simpit decoder ring.
Yes. Like Steam King has so many nicknames. Blue Hammer. Yeah, I like that one.
That is funny. Yeah, Steam's the king of nicknames.
Yeah. But, you know, it's like on Steam, I'm Phoenix Stud. And then on Xbox, I'm Arizona Road Racer. So it's like, I don't know, I have different names all over the place, but...
You're from Arizona? Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Phoenix.
yeah. Me too.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it'd be nice to have a list of where everybody's from, too.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can.
you know, if they wanted to give out that information.
I can look into ways to do something of the sort. I have a little glossary I have here next to my computer for me. I'll have to find out who is down with that and if we can make it public or just Patreon or not at all even. But then that's cool. The not at all, it's fine. Be your screen name. That's fine.
Right, like Stan Donick doesn't want his real name getting out.
What do you mean? That is his real name.
His name isn't even Stan.
That's not his real name.
What? Next you're going to tell me Scott Speed isn't his real name.
I'm not going to tell you that, because I don't know that. Somebody that's like the secretary of the Simpit?
No. That'd be nice, though.
Yeah. That sounds, well, sounds like something William Marsh might be good at, but he's doing his own thing, so.
I'm missing turn one now. Twice in a row. F. I might have worn myself out, you guys. Whoa, I hit exit by accident. That shows you how much I've worn myself out here on this session. 1 hour is about my limit for practice before I just start kind of falling off. I'm not saying I'm not capable of doing better. It's just that I find that I don't. I can do great at sections. It's just my consistency starts to go down. So what I would do in normal life, if I wasn't a streaming guy, I'd probably walk away for 15, 20 minutes and then come back. And I very well might do that, except for I do have a guest in town. So I'm probably going to just get back to hanging out with friends, which is an important part of life, which makes it an important part of sim racing. But pretty proud of the 141.764 on short notice. I'd love to get a little more practice right before the race time. Maybe I can get in a little early tomorrow and get some warm-up time instead of trying to match that in qualifying. Maybe you guys learned something about the track and the driving line here. Hopefully it helped you if you're going to race with us. Maybe you learned something from my line and seeing what I'm doing right and wrong. I'm not always doing it right, but maybe you can see, ooh, you know, if I did what Sean's doing, but I made that one change, I pick up a 10th on him. So hopefully you guys learned from my mistakes. Hopefully you learn from the things that I do well. And most importantly, you'll come out and join us for the race tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Hopefully you'll be on the track with us. If not, maybe you'll be here watching the stream. I'll be here tomorrow night for the race. I will not be here Friday at all. Friday I will not have a pit stop. Friday I will not have the SRS race, and I won't be here this weekend. I will be at the Long Beach Grand Prix having a good time with Franco and Bucho, John Hill.
That's it, right?
I believe that's all I know of for sure, but we always run into people down at Long Beach, so I'm sure our crowd will grow. So if you're down in the Long Beach area going to the Grand Prix, you'll find us. You'll see me run around in a Simpit t-shirt and a handful of us run around together, and it should be a good time. So other than that, you guys get out, do some racing. Come out and join us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. for the race, and that's going to do it for tonight. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.